Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Ages Cave, aka the Spice God, aka We Don't Fuck with Tabasco, aka what the hell am I saying? I don't know what the hell that intro was. I'm never. Fuck it, I'm leaving it. What's going on, everybody? It's been a fat minute since I've done one of these. Reason being, I wanted to ladder an alt, not this one. I wanted to ladder an alt higher on the ladder, somewhere like 1750, so that I could show you guys some high ladder shit. Problem is, I can't build a team this format that I like. It's fucking impossible for me. Like, just to show you how much I've tried, like, this is how many teams I've built this format. Not including the ones I've deleted, and I delete more than half of them. Like, I've built a lot of teams this format. And, okay, some of these had some success, some of these were, some of these were better than others, is what I'm trying to say. Some of these were memes for my stream, because I wanted to, I got tired of fucking team building. But yeah, I just cannot figure out how to play this format. The only way I know how to play this format, so if you watch my update video, let me find the team. This is the team I was talking about. It's based around Tailwind, Murkrow. Well, obviously, because that's what Murkrow does. Just Life Orb, Lele. Gigavolt Xurkitree, which was really interesting because you would lead Murkrow Xurkitree. You just Gigavolt something to death as you Tailwind, you get +1, and then you just start fucking annihilating everything. And it also had Specs Primarina, which was really cool to beat a lot of the things that the team hated. Like, yeah, this is a team I was working on, and I actually had okay success with it. The only reason I'm not using it right now is because it does have a few kind of just hard loss matchups. Specifically just to like things like basically opposing not Trickroom setters, Tailwind setters. Because I would either have to match their Tailwind and have a generally slower team unless I bring Pheromosa, or I would have to try to weasel my way into like taunting their Tailwind user, having Murkrow somehow survive, the Lele's Moonblast or whatever, which it usually, doesn't because it's Murkrow. And then, and then trying to get Tailwind after that. So like, this is going to be a team building episode. I may base the team that I build off of some of these elements, because this team is honestly one of my most favorite teams that I've built this format, and it's still not like up to par. I mean, honestly, there's a lot of things I love about this team. Like, I would bring Lele in the back sometimes. This was one of my favorite things to do against Marowak. Like, I'd lead Murkrow Xurkitree. Obviously, they'd either, like, if they see a Xurkitree, they're gonna bring Marowak. So they would either bring it in the back, or they would lead with it. And if they brought it in the back, I would Tailwind Protect, switch in Lele, and then Nature Power, and do like 75% to the Marowak. Like, there's a lot of things about this team that I fucking love. Taunt on the Pheromosa, like I can lead Murkrow Pheromosa and have a dual taunt option. Or like, I wish I had taunt on Lele, but Psyshock is really useful. But yeah, so I'm gonna build a new team. Again, I'm not super high on the ladder. I don't even know what this alt is at. But I decided, I think I'm just gonna make the team building part of this series just its own episode, and then the actual laddering can come after. And that way I think the series will just make more sense. But yeah. As for what to build around, I really don't know. I don't understand what makes this format tick. Because, like, there's a lot of teams, like, I'll use this team as an example. Like, it's basically a bunch of standard shit. Not too standard, right? These aren't too standard combinations. This is an awful Mudstail. Don't even worry about this. But, like, if you look at the first 4 Pokemon on this team, here we go. If you look at the first 4 Pokemon on this team, you wouldn't really bat an eye here. I mean, there are some text worked into this. Like, so the team was built around Koko Gyarados. The concept being that there are very few things in the format that can either take a Specs T-Bolt or a Flyinium. This was originally Mence here, but Mence is just ass. And so is Gyarados in a lot of ways, but Waterfall is better than Dragon Claw as a stab. But yeah, like the team was built around just the fact that nothing wants to be in on either of these attacks together, that is. And then if for some reason, like, you know, they lead Arcanine and I can't just straight up kill it with Waterfall, which I usually can't, then I'll just Volt Switch out into Metagross and then Bulldoze and then get that Dur weakness policy. Like, there's a lot of elements of this team that I really like. But the whole point in me going down this this rabbit hole is that, like, this team has just pure auto loss matchups. Like, there's just certain teams that, like, there's just nothing I can do. There's nothing I can do. And it's not because I haven't, like, prepped well. I mean, there's not a lot of, like, if you notice, Murkrow's really my only form of speed control here, and it's like the team doesn't even care about speed control that much, other than bulldozing into Metagross, which is cool. But, like, the team doesn't even care about speed control that much. It's just so that I don't auto lose to fucking Drifloon Lele, for example. So, like, yeah, that's just one thing I hate about this format, is you can build a team that on paper seems really, really solid, but because things like Lele in the format exist, you just can't, like, they just don't work. So, I mean, I don't know. I don't understand how people build in this format. It just does not make sense to me. Like how Sajin builds these crazy looking, like, if you remember his Onog team, which was like that, I think that's where the Bulldoze weakness policy Metagross thing came from. Like, it was like Bulldoze Goodra, it's like Lele Metagross, weakness policy Metagross, Bulldoze Goodra, Ninetales, Pheromosa, some other shit. But it's like, that was kind of it, like, that's not too insane. I don't even know what that team. Oh, I remember that team. Don't worry about the team. But yeah, like the whole reason I even know about Eviolite Murkrow is because Sajin used it in a fucking, like, he used it with Specs Lele and like Normalium Porygon Z to just breakneck blitz something into oblivion. And it's like, that's such a cool team. That's such a weird but awesome team. And it's like, how does one chance upon such an idea? You know? Jesus Christ, it's been almost 10 minutes and I have not clicked a single Pokemon. But yeah. So I'm just gonna... The only way I know how to play this format at this point is just with complete fucking hyper offense. But I'm not gonna do Ducks or Sun, because I don't play those very well, I feel. So I'm just gonna lead, or I'm just gonna build like basically just a Murkrow team, full of threats, and we'll see what happens. So we could go back to Gigavolt Xurkitree. There is Breakneck Blitz Porygon Z, which I also liked. There's also like some Specs users we could put on here, but I like the idea of Protect plus Tailwind. What hits really hard in this format? I know that's like a dumb question to ask because it's pretty clear cut. It's pretty much Lele, Porygon Z, and then I guess Xurkitree, and Koko. But like, what can hit really hard this format that, I don't know, isn't those, I guess? You know, we could build I'm not particularly a fan of Fightinium Buzzwole, but Buzzwole and Tailwind is kind of scary. So I think we could build around this. All right, that's a place to start. Okay, so we'll want Superpower. We'll want probably Ice Punch, because Garchomp is one of the things that Buzzwole, like, half the reason for putting a Buzzwole on your team is because it beats Garchomp. Do I want Poison Jab? Do I even care about Poison Jab? Because if I don't have Poisonium, it's not killing a Tapu without +1. I don't really need like Thunder Punch or anything, because like, I mean, it helps against Celesteela, right? Because then I don't have to keep getting drops from Superpower. Honestly, probably the best coverage for this meta is like Superpower, Ice Punch, Poison Jab. You know, I'll just put Poison Jab. That's alright. It's all good. Poison Jab. And clearly we will want Protect. So then, how much speed do I care about? 102 beats Pharaoh. 112 beats Jolly Pharaoh. What other speed tiers matter? I'm gonna calc. Okay, so I want to say Timid, Tapu, Lele is 161. I want to say with, let's see, whatever. We'll go Jolly. Okay, so that's 161. So to outspeed Timid, Scarf, Lele, 161 times 1.5 equals 241.5. So we need 242 divided by 2, which is 121, right? My math abilities are 0 right now. Okay, so we would need at least 121, which I think is a good speed tier. And it's fairly comfortably within, because like we can still run Adamant here. I don't know if this, what the fuck? I don't know if this bulk, like, I don't know if we need the extra 84 for anything. Like, I don't know what that helps us live necessarily. But I mean, honestly, I can just put it into Spadef. Like, this set is pretty much doing one thing here, which is murdering stuff. So I mean, like, this maybe lets us live, you know, say like a -1 Arcanine flamethrower or some shit. I don't know. Okay, so we've got Murkrow, Buzzwole. Okay. So what beats Buzzwole? Obviously Tapu's. Okay. Things like Arcanine. What's Buzzwole weak to? It's weak to Fairy, Fire, Flying, and Psychic. I know this because I've been writing all kinds of shit on Buzzwole that I haven't released. So basically you want something to beat Arcanine, something to beat Tapu's. Okay. I don't really want Garchomp here without a Z Crystal. I mean, you can like SD with Chomp and then Tailwind and then do all that sort of shit. EQ spam next to this. It's more that I just fucking hate Garchomp. Ugh. Okay. Fine. I'll throw a Garchomp on here. Just to give me a direction to go here, honestly. What item do people run on Chomp? It's normally Groundium or Scarf, but that set is AIDS. And we want SD here. So what, Life Orb? What secondary item do people run on Chomp? It's like, it's AV, Scarf, Groundium. Should I even be trying SD without Groundium? I mean, I guess I could put like Lum here. Could put Life Orb as well. Could put Yache. You know what? I'm gonna be that jerk off. I'm gonna put Yache here. Rough Skin. Short Stance. Earthquake. Do I want Rock Slide here? What coverage move do I care about here? I don't really feel Rock Slide, but I don't really feel anything else this thing gets. Honestly, I mean, at this point, I'm just putting Dragon Claw, and then just putting something that shits on Feeny. Is there like a what bulk do I care about having? Let's do some calcs here. All right, we got Garchomp. Is there any way we live with Tapu Lele Moonblast? No. Okay, that's not surprising. So let's just make sure. Yache Berry. Let's just make sure that we live Porygon's 2 Ice Beam. You know, if people decide they want to run quiet all of a sudden. Modest. So that's still a 43.8% chance to Oko. Okay. So that's good to know that we need to invest for that. There we go. Okay. 4 in there. Sorry if you guys can hear all that noise, by the way. What is it? 52 that we need? No, it's a little more than that. Come on now. There we go. I don't know what this weird not updatey shit glitch is. It's really annoying. Okay, so we need 12 and 60. Okay. So what physical benchmarks do we care about? Let's do this. Train or tower. Let's look at the usage stats and just see what's common that we actually care about living. Okay, so there's pretty much no way we live 2 Kartana Leaf Blades, right? I wouldn't think. I mean, maybe we can live 2 from AV. We can live 2 Smart Strikes, but that's not super surprising. Yeah, that's gonna be a lot of investment probably. I mean, we could do the whole. I forget who popularized it. I think it was Shoma Honami that had this super slow adamant SD chomp. In fact, I think that's who it was actually, because it was on a Drift from Lele team. Okay. Do we live? I mean, it's kind of a dumb calc, but do we live Dragon Claws from opposing chomps? I know these almost never run Dragon Claw anymore. Okay, so we do. Do we live one from Adamant? Aha! So it may be worth. Okay, so that's not gonna do it. Hello. Okay, so let's go one more. Okay, so 28 and 4 lets us live Adamant Dragon Claw from opposing Garchomp. Let's just tweak that P2 spread again, or that P2 calc. 252. Because I'll still want the majority of my EVs in attack and speed. But this just makes sure, yeah. Okay, so 52. Okay, so then, let's see, are there like Z-moves we care about? We probably don't live Koko Twinkle Tackle, I don't think. Not easily, anyway. Yeah, because that's doing a hell of a lot. Let's just check, though. Yeah, there's no fucking way. Okay, so we live anything from, like, Gigalith, from... You know, we could calc for Pheromosa Ice Beam. That's probably a viable calc. I don't know if there's any chance we live naughty-natured Pheromosa, but we probably live Adamant with 4. Oh, that's with Yache. I forgot about that. Okay. So what about from like Special Pheromosa? Wow. That's pretty good actually. Okay. So I might just leave it at that then. The only other thing to consider here is like what speed tier I care about. I mean, I could just leave it Jolly Max Speed, but I think we can afford to drop some in speed, if only just a little bit. I don't know. I guess outspeeding Jolly Mimikyu is probably good. Man, Buzzwole's picking up. That's pretty interesting. We leave anything from Marowak. Is it worth trying to like... No. Okay. It may be important to calc against Bulu, although we don't beat that at all with EQ and Dragon Claw as our moves. So, yeah. Plus, I don't think we bring Garchomp at all if we see a Bulu. Okay, so I'm just gonna use this spread then. Probably could use some further tweaking, but whatever. 28, 4. What was that? 52, I'm gonna say. Okay, and then What speed tier do we care about? Let's, come on. Mimikyu. Just make sure we're faster than this. And this will just give us something to start with. Probably tweak our speed based on, you know, based on what we see. Jolly, we want 163. Now lets us run the rest in attack. Okay, cool. Okay, let's get this out of here. Okay, so we have a nice little starting point here. We're still very weak to Tapus, specifically Tapu Fini, and I guess Tapu Lele as well. So we'll want something that can shit right on Tapu whatever's face. So what would that be? Normally I run Muck next to Buzzwole for that purpose, but I think on a Tailwind team we need something a little bit saucier than that. Something a little bit, you know what I mean? Something a little bit juicier. So I think, I might be wrong here, but Nihilego could be a decent addition here. Obviously we're just gonna blow ourselves away with Earthquake, but that's just the nature of Garchomp. Garchomp is a shitty ass Pokemon. So, I mean, yeah, there ain't shit we can do about that. I mean, we could put like Air Balloon here, but you totally do need Life Orb on Nihilego to actually kill shit. So, I think I'm just gonna take the L there. Put Life Orb. Sludge. And powerful gemstones. I mean, I guess I could put like Sub or something. I know that's like complete dicks with Life Orb, but Sub on Nihilego is cool. So I'm just gonna. Plus, it gives us a way to Earthquake next to ourselves. So yeah, there's that. I remember there being a slightly more optimal EV spread for this. I don't remember exactly what it is. So, I mean, it's hard to go wrong with this. So, yeah. So what are we weak to right now? We still kind of lose to Tapus a little bit. Because, like, you can't switch in on Lele. So, perhaps a steel type of some sort is in order here. The only one I can think of for that is, like, Metagross. We honestly could round out this team with Lele Metagross. The problem there, though, would be that we don't have the... Well, let's see, because what would Metagross be holding? Metagross could be holding whatever. Lele could be holding... We have Life Orb on Nihilego, but I guess we could do, like, Specs or something. Okay. The question with that, then, becomes how do we deal with Trick Room? Because currently we have absolutely nothing for Trick Room. Although, because let's think about this. The main Trick Room setters are P2 and Mimikyu, right? Against P2, and this is a little bit dicey because Arcanine does exist. Against P2, we do have Fightinium Z to just one-hit KO it. And if we put Lele here, we can at least prevent their, like, if they want to lead Hariyama P2, we can lead Lele Buzzwole and just win every single time versus that. And then against, if we have Metagross and Lele here, against Mimikyu, we can just lead anything faster plus Metagross, and then just Meteor Mash. Although Jolly Mimikyu is a thing with Ghost DMZ. I guess that's why we run weakness policy though. That's still, I don't know if I like that, because that is a mind game, right? Because if I protect him, they ghosty him. Like, that's good for me because I break their disguise with my partner Mon and then kill them with Meteor Mash. Or I was thinking Bullet Punch, but we would have Lele there. But if they don't do that, they just trick him in my face and I still fucking lose. See, that's what I hate about this format. You can't build a team like this and have good answers to Trick Room. Like, it's just not possible. It's just not possible. Okay, so that means I need a random roar user, which screws up Lele and Metagross in the back. I mean, what the fuck do you... God, I hate this format so much. You know what I'll do? I think I'll just put Lele and Metagross in the last slots here. This is probably a terrible team, honestly. But yeah, I'll just put Lele and Metagross in the back here, because that does give us terrain control, which is good for annoying Bulu. I mean, we do have Nihilego and Buzzwole for that, but it does let us, you know, get our terrain, yada, yada, yada. So, I don't know if I want specs here. What do I want as an item here? Because I could run like Psychium, but I don't really like that set, honestly. Life Orb's taken, which is my favorite set. So I mean, like, I could go... I don't really like the bulky one anymore. I don't really want Scarfier, because the thing... I hate Garchomp so much because it forces Protect on every single Pokemon. Like, Garchomp is just so bad. Because once you use up Tech Rage, and we don't... A lot of Garchomps don't even have that. You just fucking, like, you just throw away your own Pokemon in exchange for not that much damage. Like, Earthquake isn't that strong. I mean, it's strong, but it's spread, so it's like, it's not OHKOing stuff. And like, yeah, I hate Garchomp so much. I mean, if I'm doing a whole episode based on team building, I might as well just think about this a little bit more. Okay, so Lele and Metagross would round this out a little bit. It does give us Steel type, does give us terrain control, does give us offense to spam with Murkrow. So I mean, like, Lele Metagross wouldn't be terrible here. Honestly, I'm a little bit... I'm kind of considering getting rid of Nihilego here already. Although I do like the idea of sub here. So, I mean... The real question is, where do you go from here? Let's see. Because you still lose to Lele, right? Specifically Scarf Lele. I mean, you can't like Protect and Tailwind versus that, but short of Nihilego, we have no way to... We have no way to kill it short of a Life Orb Sludge Bomb, and absolutely no way to switch in on it. So, let's see. What other Steel types can switch into Lele? I know that's a dumb question because the answer is none of them, other than Metagross. I mean, we could, if we wanted to, we could go with like an offensive Celesteela here. I have a spec Celesteela that I really like. And that means we don't need to, like, because it's Celesteela, we don't need to protect with Chomp. Okay, I guess I could see that. What does that make us weak to? It gives us 2 fire weaknesses, but we have 2 decent fire resistances. I mean, we have 2 things that do pretty well versus Arcanine. So, I mean, Celesteela works here. I definitely don't want no shitty-ass Leech Seed set. So I'm out here tailwinding. I don't got time for that. You know, I really like the Autotomized Flyinium set from OU. I've been messing with that a little bit, and I quite like that. I don't know how good that would be in VGC. So I think I'm just gonna grab my Specs Celesteela. This is Specs, right? Probably needs a different speed tier than that, but whatever. What does this hit? 102? Okay. And then... I don't like this team already. I don't like this team. What do we need in the back? We need something with Roar. We need some retarded track to Trick Room that isn't gonna work. we need something so we can at least pretend like we thought about the team. Although, we do have Specs Flash Cannon on Celesteela, which probably does similar things to Mimikyu. So, like, the thing to worry about there would be Fake Out. And it's like, we could put Lele here, but then they can still Fake Out Celesteela. So, like, it's not good. So, you know what we could do? We could do something dumb and put Sarina here. Literally just as a way to stop Fake Out, and because it's a different type than all this shit. Like, see, you know, Sarina could be okay here, because one of the problems with Murkrow and you know, the other team was that Murkrow can be faked out, which makes protecting and tailwinding not good. The problem is Sarina doesn't do a whole lot of damage. And also Sarina is no tech to Trick Room. So I mean, like, let's just look at this thing. Let's just see what this can do. I don't know. I'd probably run like Band or something stupid like that. The other thing that sucks about this team is that there is no immediate speed. I mean, I'm a little bit tempted to make this Scarf just so that we have some sort of something before we Tailwind. But like, I mean, could I make this Scarf? It's a little low, but we could probably make that work. You know what? This could be fun, Scarf. I mean, it sucks to not have Protect, but whatever. Okay, so we'd have what? Drop Kick. What else can this do? Drop Kick, U-turn. I mean, one of the cool things about this thing is Feint, which we don't really want to use if we're Scarf, but like, I don't know. Let's just look at the offensive moves this gets. I know it gets a lot of coverage. Like, it gets High Jump Kick, it gets Play Rough, which is really cool. But like, you know, the sad thing about Play Rough here is that it doesn't kill like the one target for it, which would be Chomp. So like, yeah, like what is Play Rough honestly hitting in this meta? Like, it hits Pheromosa, whoop-de-fucking-do. Meanwhile, High Jump Kick is actually quite useful coverage-wise, and it's a horrible move. High Jump Kick is one of the worst moves of all time, I swear to God. Okay, so let's do this. Let's literally just scroll through all these moves and see what sticks out, see what's interesting. All right, so we could do some bullshit like you do like Scarf, Aromatic Mist, so that we live some attack. Dude, this is so fucking, I can't believe I'm doing this. All right, we can do Scarf Charm. Does this get like Screech or Fake Tears? Because if so, that could actually be really interesting. Probably gets like a Leer or something. Swagger. Scarf Swagger into Chomp could be a fun meme. That's so bad. Don't do that. I'm ashamed that you heard me say that. And if you're thinking about trying it, don't do it. Like, legitimately, don't do it. Alright, you know what? I'm just gonna run some bullshit ass set. And then think about how this interacts with my team. Where the fuck is High Jump Kick? Is it listed in the usually useless moves? Because if so, that's really funny. Am I just scrolling too fast? Is that what I'm doing? Yeah, okay. So then we'd go, what? Jesus, that's a bad speed tier. And I do not want Jolly on this. What even matters above? Because 180 beats 110s. I think 179 actually, but you need 120 to hit that with Scarf. What even matters? Like, Pharaoh beats you regardless. Actually, because you can Trop Kick and probably live the Fightinium. So that much is cool. But like, aside from that, Koko, you still do okay against. I mean, I don't even know if you win that 1v1, because I don't know if Trop Kick 2-hit KOs. Like, Trop Kick is it's not a bad move, but it's a bad move. Talonflame is completely irrelevant. it's not completely irrelevant, but like you have Queenly Majesty if it wants to be priority. So like, I don't know if these even run speed in this. They probably do because Gale Wings is ass now, but like whatever. Whimsicott is prankster, so it doesn't matter. Persian does what? Fake out, foul play. That's that's interesting. Yeah, so like the only thing that matters to outspeed is like Salazzle, Kartana, that kind of thing, which you do pretty easily. So like, yeah. Then you'd probably just go max attack from here. 252 plus, minus on that. You probably want like 12 for. Take 4 out of that. Reason for all that is like you have an odd HP number, which is important for most damage calcs. The extra 4 in defense lets you get a free defense point, and then you go 12 instead of 4 in SpDef, which gives you a 1 point higher SpDef, which means that P2 gets the attack boost instead of the special attack boost. Which for like mixed P2 is common enough now that doesn't matter as much. But if you don't want it ice beaming you, then that's what you do. Okay, so let's think about how this interacts with my team, because like it does give us immediate speed, which is good and all, but like how does this team, because what is, I don't know, let's think about this. Serena doesn't have that damage output that we really like. There's got to be something other than Charm here. Like Charm is a cool move, but it's like, it's still like we're tailwinding here. Does this get Roar? Does this get anything to help with Trick Room? Because if so, that would be stupendous. Light screen. Faint, blah, blah, blah. So I don't know if this really helps against Trick Room. I mean, we don't win against Trick Room ever with this team. Right? Pretty much. Like, we can kill P2 with this, but like, well, I mean, I don't know. We have Scarf Serena plus Celesteela to beat Mimikyu, sort of. So I mean, that still loses to like Arcanine, but we can at least, we have 3 mons that lose to Arcanine and then 2 mons that try to beat Arcanine, and both of them are ineffective at it. Like Nihilego takes 50% on the switch in from Flare Blitz, and Garchomp is fucking shitty ass awful Garchomp. So like, it's shitty ass awful Garchomp without the Groundium, so that we can, so that we can actually target it without throwing away a Pokemon. But it's whatever. The thing that is cool here, at least, is that we can, like, we pretty much have all resistances or immunities to Earthquake except for Nihilego, which we can, obviously we're putting Protect on this fucking thing. So like, yeah. So at this point, I'm just thinking about like how am I matching up versus something like, say like Double Ducks, right? Because against Double Ducks, I probably lead Murkrow Sarina. But the problem there is that the Pelipper just hurricanes me while I probably don't kill with Trop Kick. So in that case, I probably lead something like, I mean, there really is no good lead there. Because like Celesteela can't protect, so then I just get Wateriumed to death. Actually, could I make this faster than most Golducks? What do timid Golducks run? Or what do modest Golducks run speed-wise? Because that could be a reason for making this jolly. Let's see. What does T-Man's Golduck run? Golduck. I mean, literally all they have to do is protect Golduck and Hurricane, but it's whatever. 137? Well, that's okay. That's max speed. We could probably outspeed that with Jolly though, right? Right? Let's make this elsewhere so we don't lose our spread. Make this equal. Make this whatever. Timid. Okay, so we do beat that. Okay, I'm not surprised there. But yeah, like Jolly Fightinium probably kills Golduck, but that still doesn't. I mean, that's still a very dicey matchup, to say the least. Because Murkrow is just useless there. Ugh, I hate this team already. This team is complete dicks. Alright, you know what we need to do? We need to make Charm like Sunny Day. That's what we need to do. That's the tech right there. Okay. You know, and that'll probably work though. That's the funny thing. Sunny Day will actually work against Ducks. Cause you just like you lead this and this. If they want to Ice Beam you, they can and do. It won't do 0, but it'll do, you know, you'll live. And then like you'll Sunny Day before the Pelipper can Hurricane you. And you know. Well, then you have like a shot. You don't have a great shot, but you have a shot. So like, yeah. And then be nice if you could actually like Sunny Day next to something and actually like boost something. I guess it's nice for like Celesteela's Flamethrower, but it's still like ass. Okay. So then against like Lilycole, we lead Murkrow plus, you know, one of these bitches. I kind of want to make this Lum, honestly. I kind of want to make this Lum because that gives us a chance against Sun. Well, I mean, we do okay against Sun anyway as long as we don't get Sleep Powder, but that is the issue there. Actually, don't we just like against Sun? Don't we just Tailwind Protect? And then like, what is Lilligant run speed wise? It's not that much faster than Golduck, right? Because, like, if we wanted to, we could make this Jolly Buzzwole again, and then just Fightinium the Lilligant. Although, a lot of those do run Sash, so I mean, I don't know. But I mean, we could make this Lum. That throws away our spread, but, you know, that doesn't matter. We could make this Lum just to give us a way to work around some bullshit. You know, like Scarf Smeargle or whatever. Not that we even beat that, because I don't think we kill with Dragon Claw. Pretty sure. I mean, I'll calc, but I'm 99% sure that I don't Oko Smeargle with Dragon Claw. Unless I'm fucking crazy. And Smeargle really is that much of a bitch. Well, like, yeah, that's a roll. We don't fuck with rolls out here. Okay, so what do you do then? I guess against like Scarf Smeargle, you lead this, right? You Tailwind and then you High Jump Kick or whatever, because then Smeargle can't Spore you. Well, it can't Spore Sarina, I guess. Okay. So I mean, this does okay against enough matchups that it might be at least worth trying. Let's go back here. So like if I lead Trick Room against this, and the thing that would suck here is we pretty much lose to. Well, I mean, Queenly Majesty is such a valuable asset here, actually. Because like against, you know, say Hariyama or Oranguru or whatever, we lead Sarina Buzzwole, just double the hell out of the Oranguru, and then pretty much just, you know, pretty much just clean up from there. Like against Slowbro, I mean, we don't bring this, but we Trop Kick to do a chunk and then kill it off with whatever. Probably Celesteela, honestly. But like, yeah, Queenly Majesty actually gives you some leveraging room here. So maybe this isn't complete garbage like I think it is. It's complete garbage. This is a garbage ass team. Okay. I think I'll just wrap up this episode right here. I'm gonna think on this a little bit more before I really start. I mean, at this point, I've covered enough of the basic matchups to where, well, let's just do a quick run through. Let's just look at, so like, how do we beat P2? We've got Buzzwole, we've got Stuff, we've got, we beat Arcanine, we've got Chomp and Nihilego. Koko, we've got, whatever. Opposing Chomp, we do nothing at all except Ice Punch, which is a good enough tech, I guess. We've also got Celesteela to annoy it because, it's Chomp. We've also got this with Scarf Drop Kick. So, okay. Basically what I'm doing here is I'm making sure that none of these matchups are an auto loss. Like, a lot of these I will have to play around. Like, Mux still is pretty dicey. Actually, no, not really, because we've got Buzzwole and we've got Chomp. But, like, there's going to be... Very rarely is there a team with all good matchups against everything. I mean, pretty much that team doesn't exist. But, like, basically what I'm doing right now is I'm making sure there's no just complete auto losses. Like, some matchups will be tougher than others. Like, Clefairy Porygon Z is going to be fucking a bitch to deal with. I mean, against that, I've got Life Orb Nihilego, which can at least kill a Clefairy and get, something out of that exchange. But, like, a lot of this is going to come down to just playing really well against certain matchups. Bringing the right stuff in the right combination. So, like, yeah. But yeah, I don't see anything here. Nothing immediate anyway. That looks like it can just 6-0 my team. I'm looking quite precursorily, if that's a word. This is a very precursory check, just to see what beats me and what doesn't. But I don't think there's anything that's like an auto win. I mean, against Kartana, we've got 2 good answers here. 3, actually. So, I mean, like, I don't know. I'm confident-ish in the team building. I'm confident enough. I still might make this Lumberry, honestly. But I'm confident enough in this that I think it is worth testing out and trying. So, I'm going to call this an episode for today. Is there anything else I wanted to say? I really should prepare the stuff at the end. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. If you liked this episode, or any of my other episodes, or none of them at all, and you're just a kind person, go ahead and leave a like. Go ahead and click the hell out of that like button. Give it a big juicy thumbs up. If you like my shit, if you like stuff that yeah. you know what I'm saying at this point. Go ahead and click subscribe. Helps me out. Go ahead and follow my stream, because that's my bread and butter. Alright, I upload to YouTube as much as I can, but I'm always streaming. Streaming is my bread and butter. Twitch is where my heart is, for the most part. I mean it is. Who am I kidding? Twitch is my first love. So go ahead and follow me on Twitch if you like my content on YouTube, or again, if you're just a kind soul. And I'll catch you guys in the next one with some laddering with this team, plus probably some revisions, because, I mean, if you watched any of these episodes by now, you know that it's not going to look like this next time you see it. Alright, bye. Love y'all.